GIF Nifty for you. Nigel, back to you. The chatter.
Yeah, let's. Nimesh is waiting by as well. Nimesh, tell us how are you reading today's, flows and the data points as well. It appears we're at the low point of the day. There's a technical factor as well because of the HDFC.
Well, technical factors and some bit of profit booking as well, right? We've seen a big up move in the last many days. The good part is today, the downside is led by some institutional activity picking up as well. So the volumes are on the higher side, the participation is on the higher side. Within sectors, I believe there are good flows in banks and FMCG. Within banks, it's the private banks which is seeing continuous buy flows. So that's the one sector which is well bid. The other sector which deserves a mention is the IT names. You know, some selective buying is back within the large IT names as well. That's the overall feedback as far as flows are concerned. But I guess the big trigger to watch will be the PSU Bank Index on the back of numbers from Bob and SBI. Both will report numbers. Apart from numbers, I guess SBI's call on the ELC will be a big trigger for the entire PSU Bank Index. Remember, that's one sector which is underperformed, and there are a lot of fears as well. So I guess for SBI, the street is expecting strong numbers, but the clarity on ELC could be a big trigger for the PSU banks to resume their upward again after the recent underperformance. So that's the overall feedback. But largely a day of consolidation, but the activity is picked up. So two ways to read into it, that on the downside, the volumes on the higher side, but there is participation for sure from the larger institutions in today's trade.
Well, indeed, that point on the PSU banking names, last 10 days have been the biggest underperformers, though they've had a great run in the last 1.5 years or so. But Nimesh, tell us for individual stocks, what are you picking up?
So in terms of individual names, the first stock on my list today is Indian Hotels. This is one stock up in today's trade. Largely, it looks like some bit of buying is resumed. There was a bit of a correction or some bit of profit booking after the results season. That seems to be over now, and the FI buying seems to be back in Indian Hotels. So that's the first one. The second stock is Devyani International. Again, this is one stock buzzing off late. Some bit of activity is picked up. The volumes are on the high side, and I believe one of the long-only fund has turned an active buyer in Devyani International. So that's the second one. The third stock is Max Healthcare. This stock saw a big move post the MSCI inclusion, and there is a large buying as well on the day of the adjustment on 31st of May. But before that, watch out for a large block deal. That's the overall indication that there could be a large block in Max Healthcare very soon. So that's the third one. And the last stock is IEX. This stock is actually buzzing in trade. In fact, it's up on good volume in today's trade, but I believe there are strong sell flows at a leading FI. So it looks like some bit of uptick in today's move has been used to sell a large position by a larger FI. So IEX, though the stock is up, but there is selling pressure from a larger FI.
Nimesh, interesting list as always. Thank you very much for that. Get into a break. On the other side, we'll get you a few technical trading calls, BTST.